down, Stone Cold! Oh.
Okay, I guess I passed out for a little bit. How long was I asleep?
Just a few hours. It's okay, you needed it.
Yeah, last night was a little intense for me.
You could say that. You handled it great, though.
Oh, thank you for helping me get through it. I think you're probably the only person who understands what that meant to me.
You must tell the Jackal all the details of your night of intensity. Was there a high-speed chase, a shootout, or a old-school fisticuffs?
No, it was nothing like that.
But we did break into a house. Yes, we did. Well, we were looking for records that Devlin could have stored somewhere, but it was a dead end. Well, not really, because we did find that big bag of money and we gave it to that lady.
Mm-hmm. Well, what lady?
Oh.
The lady whose house we broke into. We were in the basement, and she came in. She passed out. She was pregnant. We had to rush her to the ER.
And we got her there just in time, because the baby lived.
It sounds like a most impressive rescue. I applaud your heroism.
Yeah, well, it was a joint effort.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps in light of your Good Samaritan efforts, she won't press charges for breaking and entering?
Perhaps. We could only hope, I suppose.
Yeah. The point is, the house was a dead end. I might have a new lead. Last night I was talking to Patrick at the hospital about Devlin, and he said something that made me realize that Devlin could have hit something at General Hospital.
Hi.
Hi, Sleepy.
Good morning.
I heard you come in last night, but you stayed downstairs and you never came to bed. Why?
Yeah, my brain just wouldn't shut off.
Oh, you were in the ER late last night?
It was late last night. Jason and Sam brought in a pregnant woman who needed an emergency C-section. Thank you. And she pulled through. The baby's fine too, but it just got me thinking how many things can go wrong with a pregnancy and how lucky we were that Emma was born.
We are.
Healthy.
Yes, we're very blessed. Not everyone is as lucky as we are.
There's something else too. In talking to Jason, he mentioned that they found the woman in a house east of town. They were there looking for evidence on Ian Devlin. Supposedly he was using the house as a storage facility.
Really?
Yeah. Didn't find much, except for a bag of cash.
Well, I know that Jason did have questions about Michael's shooting.
Yeah. You know, Ian was a friend of mine, but I obviously accepted too much of what he said at face value. I didn't ask the questions that I should have asked.
There was no way for you to know what he was up to. Ian was a very good liar.
Yeah, well, I wish I would have figured that out earlier. My blindness is partially to blame for Michael's shooting.
Need you to hack into the GH mainframe, pull up Devlin's files, his patient's files, any research he was doing, anything he might have left behind.
Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. So you're thinking that Ian could have left recordings of his illegal activities embedded in patient files?
Well, what I'm saying is the hospital files are totally secure. So maybe he did transfer the recordings to a disk, put in the patient's files, the cases that are closed, no one's ever going to know.
I secured a complete list of patients treated by Dr. Devlin, and Stone Cold is right. Several of the files indicates records, data, and scan that may be backed up to DVD.
Okay, we need to get those DVDs.
Unfortunately, it appears Dr. Devlin's files are restricted. I'm afraid a break-in could cause some heinous difficulties.
Keep at it. There's got to be a way.
Wait a minute. Maybe we don't have to break in. Is there any way you can have the files transferred to somewhere else in the hospital? Somewhere Jason and I would have access to? Somewhere, anywhere in the building? As long as it stayed in the building, it should be okay, right?
Yeah, you're right. Why don't you have them transferred to one of those conference rooms?
Okay, we may be being a bit overly optimistic.
Isn't it worth a try? I mean, if Devlin left something behind to prove Claudia's guilty, don't we need to find it?
You can't blame yourself for what Ian did. It wasn't your fault.
Blaming myself, but I still feel like I should try and help figure out what happened. Or figure out if there was an accomplice or not. It just pisses me off that Ian was lying to me the whole time, face to face.
You were just trusting your friend.
Yeah, well, that friend certainly had a lot of cash stashed away. Figure it's for a getaway if you had to leave town or something. You know what, I'm gonna look at all the files that Ian and I worked on. Maybe there's something I missed.
That's weird.
Why are all Ian's files being moved to the conference room?
I had a feeling we might be seeing you guys here.
Yeah, what's going on?
All of Ian Devlin's files were brought to the conference room. I'm thinking Spinelli's handiwork. That kid is good. So I'm guessing you're looking for Ian's accomplice in Michael's shooting.
I'm a little confused. Why are you guys interested in Ian's files?
This is Patrick's project. I'm just here for backup.
Ian was a friend of mine. We went to med school together. I was thrilled when he came to work here at General Hospital. Then I found out he was a drug dealer, among other things.
He was a very good liar. He had the entire staff fooled.
I was stunned when I found out he was responsible for Michael's shooting. And now I guess I'm figuring out that I'm not over it. So I want the truth out there. All of it, and I want whoever's involved brought to justice.
I guess what he's saying is that we're all looking for the same thing here. And Ian, he could have written notes about what he was doing inside the patient files, right?
Yeah, but isn't it a little risky for the two of you to be digging through sealed medical files without patient or family consent? It's sort of a breach of medical ethics.
As doctors in this hospital, we're allowed to look through files. It's only illegal if you guys do it.
Also, we know what should and shouldn't be in the files, so we could save you a lot of time.
If anyone else is involved in Michael's shooting, I want it known. I want it out in the open. All of it.
Hi. I'm here to pick up some literature on the I Participate campaign.
Ms. Davis, right?
Alexis, thank you.
Epiphany said you'd be stopping by.
Yeah, we can all do a little bit more. In fact, I'm going to get my two girls involved. So another lesson in the importance of helping others. Excuse me. Hey.
Hey!
Wasn't expecting to see you here. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm great. I'm actually here working on a case, but I would talk to you about it. It's confidential.
Okay.
So I love you. I'll see you later.
Bye. Robin.
Oh, hey.
Hey.
What's up?
Listen, it's just another great opportunity to thank you again for clearing my name with the Brianna Hughes murder.
Oh, well, you're welcome. I'm actually just relieved that everything turned out the way it did, even if Andrea had to die.
May she rest in peace. Hateful woman that she is. Needless to say, your instincts are very good. So if you ever decide medicine's not for you, I think you have another calling. You could be a private detective.
You know, I actually had a lot of fun piecing everything together, and it was quite fulfilling that I helped solve the case. You know, it's nice that with a crime, there's an answer to be found. With medical research, it can be quite the opposite.
True. So I noticed Sam coming out of the office with you. Were you working on some sort of case together?
We're going through files on Ian Devlin, looking for a possible accomplice in Michael's shooting.
So, what do you think about focusing on the files that have already been closed?
Actually, I think that's a good idea. A one-time incident won't be looked at as often. That's MRI. We transfer all those to DVD.
Are you sure that you want to get involved in this?
I feel like I owe it to Michael. If I was paying more attention to Ian, maybe I could have helped prevent some of this. And I realize that it's a little late now, but if we find an accomplice and bring him to Mac, maybe we can get him prosecuted. I realize it's probably not your standard operating procedure to bring an accomplice in Michael's shooting to the police. Probably want him dead, like Ian.
I didn't murder Ian. He had a knife to Maxie, so I really didn't have a choice.
I believe you, Jason. But at the same time, you still got your revenge. Guess the bigger question is, what did it prove? What does killing anyone ever prove? Shoot, that's an emergency. I'm gonna have to take this. I'll be back.
Hi, I'm sorry to interrupt.
What do you need?
I understand you're searching for an accomplice to Michael's shooting. I'm not here to interfere, I promise. You do what you do, it's your prerogative. I have a favor, actually. Do you think there's any way you could possibly do this without involving Sam?